What's up, guys? Happy New Year. It is good to be back. If it's your first time here, welcome. If you are returning, you will know that the last time I was on here was actually before Christmas, and it was when probably about an hour before Bitcoin did this big move here, and I actually was saying that the target was around 42K, and I haven't been back since. So the reason for that is obviously Christmas holiday period. For me personally, I tend to take an extended holiday during this time. My birthday is actually the 12th of January, so for me there's no point in stop start. I usually just take off from Christmas till after my birthday. So this is an emergency video because Bitcoin is in a critical zone, but we've probably got another week until I'm actually back on YouTube a little bit more regularly. So please bear with me. I've got a lot that I want to cover today. Of course, I want to talk about the Bitcoin price and also have a look at Ethereum. And of course, I want to announce the first couple of winners of the My Crypto Case competition. In case you're unaware, in July last year now, when Bitcoin was down around 29,000, I invested $1,000 over 10 coins, so $100 into each coin, with the idea of giving those away to this community once I hit 5,000 subscribers. We're pretty close. I'm up at about around 4,000 now, which is pretty cool. My goal for 2022 is to get to 10,000 subscribers. So if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, also the bell notification, so that you can be notified every time I upload a new video. Stay with me till the end of this video because I will be announcing the first two winners of that competition. So let's get into this Bitcoin price. Now, if you are part of my Discord, which by the way is free to join, sometimes when I'm not able to get online and film videos, I do quick written updates in there and post charts and things like that. So again, if you're not in the community and you're wanting more frequent access to those charts, make sure that you use the link in the description below and get yourself into our Discord community. Now, having said that, after this move had happened, what I had updated to the community was that it would be likely that we would come down and revisit it, simply because this wick here was so large that usually when you have a big wick like that out of a demand zone, price will come back for a second attempt to pick up what was left over. And so it actually took quite some time. If we have a look from that week to the time price actually got back into the zone, we were looking at 34 days. It's over a month. Now, in the meantime, once we were in this zone here, it was looking like this area here at around 46,100 could have been the new support, and that we actually weren't going to take a second stab down here, but instead what we may have done was just come down like this and create this before the next move, which would then mean we have a higher low, which would be a bullish change in market structure. Now, there were a couple of things that happened over there, which I will go through. Before I get into that smaller detail, I want to talk about this head and shoulders that everyone's talking about. So what a lot of people are seeing right now or talking about right now is this idea here that this is the left shoulder, up here is the head, and that the right shoulder has not yet formed. And that if we measure that move from the head to the neck and then bring that down as a target, we could be looking at around a 14,000 BTC. Here's the issue that I have with this. I personally think that the right shoulder has actually already formed. I actually think this was the neck here and this here was the right shoulder, and it's already formed. I don't think we're still waiting for it. Where price is right now is right at the neckline, and that means that this is decision time. So what we need to wait for now, if you are waiting for a head and shoulder pattern to play out, is a breakdown in this demand zone, a retest of that area so that it becomes the new resistance, and then you'd be fairly confident to say that the bear market is here. Whilst I don't think that's the case, of course you always have to have a bullish and a bearish scenario, in my opinion, every time you do TA, so that you can remove emotion and just follow along with whichever one plays out. So the bearish scenario at this point in time would be that the rest of this head and shoulder pattern breaks out and we have a breakdown in the demand zone, a retest to become the new resistance. Let me throw another idea at you. Now, I'm a big fan of using RSI in my TA, and one of my favorite things to watch for on the RSI is what's called an RSI bleed. Now, the way that it works is basically for a very long period of time, the RSI, regardless of what price price is doing, the RSI starts from up here in the overbought region, and it slowly creates lower highs all the way down until it reaches the oversold region. And again, the most important part of this is that it's drawn out over a period of time, and it's a very slow trickle down from overbought to oversold. And it can be used on any time frame. However, if I can find it on a higher time frame, I get more excited about it, and here's why. When you can find an RSI slow bleed and price eventually falls into that oversold region, what usually follows is a parabolic straight move up. So if you look here, for example, if you can see that there, that's what I mean by a parabolic straight move up, which usually triggers the change in trend. So if we just go back and have a look over here, you can see here that back around March, April, the RSI was doing exactly that. For a long period of time, we're sitting in the oversold region, and we slowly created lower highs all the way down until we got here into the oversold region. In this particular case, what happened here was we then created a bullish divergence, and eventually that divergence led to the change in market structure where we ended up seeing $68,000 Bitcoin. So looking now, the RSI from back here looks very similar to what's going on right now. Now, one thing to note was, as I was watching this play out over time, it originally was looking like this. So this here was looking like the RSI bleed, and this peak here only just touched the 30 RSI. That made me a little bit uncertain as to whether or not this was an RSI bleed or not, because ideally, I want to see it in the zone. I want to see it below 30. But at the time, I was open to it potentially being the bleed pattern. And if we match that up to price, it was sitting here around where what we thought at the time was 46,000 support. Now, the reason that I was unsure about this, besides the fact that we didn't actually hit below 30 RSI, was that usually when you do get into that level, it also lines up with a very key demand zone. In this case here, it wasn't lining up with a demand zone at all. So it didn't really make sense to me, but I was still open to the possibility of this creating a higher low and the bull market continuing. If I draw a trend line on this here, we had a temporary break in trend and a move up to the right shoulder area. And also we ended up, if you had have drawn your trend line on the RSI like that, we did break it and we did shoot straight up to the 50. Now, once the RSI bleed plays out and you hit the oversold, you tend to have a very strong move up that will either push up to the 50, or if we're lucky, it will push right up back into the oversold region. Again, which you can see here, once this divergence was created after the slow bleed, we pushed right up into oversold region. So back then, there was a trade there, which I actually did take, but I was still very aware that we still had to get past the 51 to 52K region in order to break the possibility of this being the right shoulder. So there was a little trade from this breakout to the right shoulder, which played out based off the RSI bleed. However, obviously the right shoulder formed, and this is where we are now. So what I'm thinking now that more time has passed is I'm actually thinking that the RSI bleed is actually here, and that 50 level that we came up to and rejected off just created another lower high. And the reason I think that is because we are now actually in the oversold region. And so now I'm feeling a little bit more confident about this RSI bleed. And also, in addition to being in the oversold region, we are right in a key daily level demand zone. So having the multiple confirmations is really important. Obviously, you can't take a signal off just one confirmation. Now, here's the thing. There's two ways you can play it from here. You're either a high risk trader that will just take along out of the fact that we're in oversold and we're in the demand zone. And so your trade might look something like this at a minimum. might get lucky. This might be the very bottom before a trend reversal, and you can ride this for as long as Bitcoin stays bullish. That's one way to do it. Another way, which is a little bit more conservative, is you wait for the divergence on the daily. So you actually wait for that bullish divergence where the RSI will do something like this, create a higher low before it actually breaks out and upwards. Now, the only issue with that is because the RSI bleed tends to be a straight up formation after the bleed has played out, sometimes you don't get that bullish divergence. So for me personally, I am somewhat of a conservative trader, but in this type of pattern, I will take a risk because I have seen for a long enough period of time how well the bleed plays out. So with that being said, my final confirmation now needs to be seeing the buyers actually come back, which is only going to happen by watching the candles. So what I'm going to do from here on in, I have not taken a long entry yet, but I'm definitely looking to take one. I am actually going to drop down a time frame and I'm looking at the 4 hour. And within this zone, all I'm really waiting for is some sign of bullish confirmation for me to get in. That would be a hammer or a bullish engulfing, for example. We've still got 3 minutes left on this candle here, but I'm not a fan of the wick to the top, so that won't be it for me. I want to see a nice, decent looking hammer with a strong wick at the bottom or a bullish engulfing. That'll do it for me. I do see here on the 4 hour a bullish divergence, so that is definitely positive. So now all I really need is my final confirmation, which will come from the candle. So I just wanted to get that out there, hopefully get this video uploaded and edited before this actually plays out to let people know what I'm thinking. But so far, that's what I'm thinking with Bitcoin. Now with Ethereum, on the other hand, I was expecting this to be an Elliott wave and this move here to be an ABC correction. Now, because of that, I was actually expecting a little bit more out of wave 5. So I was expecting wave 5 to come up to around 5,500 area. Unfortunately, that didn't happen and we created a lower high. However, we still have this move here for the correction where we have the A wave here, the B wave that rejected at the 50, and now looks like we're heading down. Now, usually with an ABC correction, the final target is either the wave 4 support or the wave 2 support. Obviously, we've smashed right through that wave 4 support and Ethereum's kind of stuck in the middle of no man's land right now. So I don't feel as confident to take a buy from here on Ethereum. It doesn't make sense that this becomes support. It doesn't line up with anything that I'm looking at so far. I mean, we could look at this sort of area here as a support. I'd be more confident if we actually came into this zone at around 27.8 to 29.1. I'd be more confident if Ethereum came back and revisited this. I feel like there would be strong buyers there, but just off this support level, I don't feel that confident. So how am I going to play Ethereum? Well, I think two things. I'm not going to open a long just yet on Ethereum. There's nothing at this point telling me that the selling pressure is over. Either price comes back down into this zone and then I'll be looking for exactly the same things that I did with Bitcoin, looking for on the 4 hour time frame some sort of buying strength in the candles, or I'll wait to see if this holds a support. Now, if this does, this is right on 3,000. So if this does hold as support, because it's in between two zones and it's kind of a not make sense to settle here other than just being a round number, I'll actually wait for market structure to change on a lower time frame with that one. So I won't just be jumping in off a support level. I don't even really like this RSI as far as an RSI bleed. It's not usually how I like it to look either. It's kind of just consolidating drop. So I wouldn't count that as any sort of indication right now. I'm really just looking for horizontal levels on Ethereum. And of course, the bearish scenario, I mean, we're already bearish. We're already quite bearish. But if you're looking to actually exit the market on Ethereum, not just short it, then my exit would be definitely below this zone here at, say, 2,700 kind of area. So Ethereum really looks like it's got a lot of work to do. On the 4 hour, whilst Bitcoin was looking quite strong, Ethereum's looking not as strong. It's looking quite weak. So this could give me a hint of what may happen with Bitcoin. So it could be a case that this continues down into this zone. With Bitcoin, if it continues down into its demand zone one more time, that could create that bullish divergence that we're waiting for on the daily. So this could be a week away, who knows, could be a couple of days away, but that's definitely something to keep an eye on. I prefer to trade when I can see confluence in both, because I feel like that if both Bitcoin and Ethereum are bullish and strong, it lifts the whole market. So right now Ethereum's not giving me the signal that I need to open a long trade, but Bitcoin was looking a little bit better. It's just not quite ready yet. Now don't forget guys, if you are looking for somewhere to trade, my favorite exchange is OKX. I love it because we can spot trade, leverage trade, but we can also trade futures against USDT if you're wanting to take your profits in something stable, or in the coin itself for most coins with coin margin futures. So if you're looking to accumulate Bitcoin without actually buying it, but rather trading it up, then you need to have coin margin futures options in order to actually accumulate Bitcoin. So for a discount on trading fees, make sure you use the link below for OKX. And if you're just looking to spot trade, besides OKX, you can also use Binance. There is also a link below in that, which again also gives you discounts on trading fees. And Binance has really quite competitive prices when it comes to spot buying your crypto. Okay, let's get into announcing the competition winner. So the way this is going to work is I'm going to announce 2 winners today out of the 5. Those 2 winners are going to win 2 cryptos each, chosen at random out of the crypto case, and I'm going to draw that winner live right now with you. So I have loaded the email addresses of all the winners into here, and I have covered the email addresses here because I don't want you guys to get majorly spammed, but I can see who the winner is and I will let you know. So let's do it. Let's find out who is the first winner of the My Crypto Case competition. Amazing. The first winner's email address starts with AS. So if your email address starts with AS, keep an eye on your inbox. I'll give you more details after we pick the second winner, but congratulations to the first winner. Let's find our second winner. Amazing. And the second winner's email starts with SC. So if your email starts with SC, also make sure you keep an eye out on your emails for an email from me. So what's going to happen from here is I'm going to email you. My email address is listed in the comments below. Make sure if you receive an email from anyone pretending to be me, match up the email address and make sure that it is the one that is listed below. There are so many scammers out there trying to pretend to be me, so it is your responsibility to make sure that if you get an email from Trade Travel Chill, that it is my actual email address that is written down below. Be careful because they can switch out an L for an I, so really make sure that you do your due diligence and be certain that it's from me. Also, do not email me, only reply to the email that I send you. Once I've sent you that email, I will let you know what 2 cryptos you have won, and I will ask for the wallet address of those 2 cryptos. You'll need to make sure that you have given me the right address, and again, make sure that the email is from me before you reply with your wallet address. Congratulations to those 2 winners. That is amazing. Now, before I let you go, I just want to show you one thing that I've been working on. This probably won't be necessary for most of the people that watch this video, as most of you are already traders. However, if you have friends and family that are not yet in crypto, feel a little bit worried about it, I have been working super hard over the holidays to create this course that is called Zero to Crypto. It is basically designed just to show the person who is not yet in cryptocurrency at all how they can actually buy crypto safely, know the trusted websites, how they can store it properly, how they can also earn interest on it, and how they can spend it. So if you know anyone that might be suited to, then please pass on the details of this course. It is my goal in 2022 to introduce as many people as possible into this magical space of cryptocurrency. And once again, if you enjoyed this video and you are not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, hit the bell button, and also make sure you turn the notifications on to all so that you can get notified every time I upload a new video. For links to all the websites that I use to buy, sell, and trade crypto on, check out the description below. And other than that, I'm going to leave you now with a video showing you a little bit more about what this Zero to Crypto course is all about. Stay safe out there. Make sure you wait for the right confirmations, and I will see you next time. So you've heard all the buzzwords, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, blockchain, but what even is it? You know you should explore it, but where do you even start? Introducing the Zero to Crypto 7-day Intro to Cryptocurrency course. Perfect for the crypto curious who are looking for the basic information of exactly how to get started all in one place. In this course, I am going to break down exactly what cryptocurrency is, how it's different to money as you know it today, and what options are available to you in the cryptocurrency space. I'm going to show you step by step how you can decide what cryptocurrency to buy, where to buy it, and even better than that, how you can actually earn interest on it, compounded over time in an easily automated way, allowing you to use cryptocurrency as a supercharged savings plan. Each 10 to 20 minute video lesson is delivered to you daily over 7 days, allowing you to absorb the information in bite-sized pieces so you can implement each tutorial. And by the end of the 7 days, not only will you be clear on how to buy and store your crypto safely, but you'll also know how to earn and spend it. Class starts as soon as you enroll, so make today the day you finally take the leap and explore the increasingly popular world of cryptocurrency. See you on the inside.